Hey everybody, it's me, Nathan. I wanted to shoot a quick video about the competition and my experience. So, before I even get into that, there's one message I want to give that I wanted to wrap up with, but given that this might get a little long and I don't know if people will sit through it, I wanted to put it right up front. First, this is a message out to all of the competitors, everybody who's still in it, everybody who's not still in it, everybody who's thinking about competing, everybody who puts any amount of art out there into the world in the first place. I want everyone to take a moment to acknowledge that what we're doing is creating art, which is really creating a piece of yourself. And when you do that and you put it out into the world, and in this case, specifically put it up for judgment and critique, that's not an easy thing. It's tough, and it takes a certain mental fortitude and strength that I want everyone who's ever done that to acknowledge that they have. And I just think that that is worth taking a minute to say, hey, you should all be proud that you even have the strength to put a piece of yourself out there and say, here I am, tell me what you think. And in your lowest moments, just remember, you're the kind of person that can do that. And if you can do that, you can do anything. All right, cut. Boop. And you can see like the boop, cut. Maybe I'll add like a boop sound. I won't. I'll just do it with my mouth. Anyway, so on to talking about the show itself. I do want to say, first of all, I initially auditioned for the show because if you're someone who just sings or creates as a hobby and you don't have an audience and you don't have a platform and you don't have any of that, it's extremely, extremely difficult to get like good, valid criticism that you can use to improve your art. And so I thought to myself, hey, this is one where they have to give me feedback so I can use that to become better at what it is I like to do. So I submitted my audition. Overall, yeah, the experience was awesome. Some of my favorite parts, I will say, one, the mentors are incredible. So giving of their time at weird hours of the day and night. Encouraging. They give you good information about how to improve things, but they also are just great at generally encouraging you. I know I myself still feel like I had no business being as far into the competition as I made it. But the mentors are the ones when I told them, like, I don't even know if I can put anything out there because I'm just like, what am I doing? That would say, no, we love your stuff. We want to hear it. You deserve to be here, and really just encourage and kind of drive you to keep moving forward. So that was very, very cool. In terms of rounds that I liked, I loved the 70s and 2010s round, just because that gave me an excuse to listen to a ton of awesome music that I love. I have like 9 songs still that I partially recorded that I just love, and I'm actually so happy with what I submitted, but some of the other stuff I made too, like I feel wildly good about, which is very cool. So I loved that. I actually loved the semifinal round, even though it didn't go great. It didn't go great for me. Spoilers. But the song that I chose, I like grew to love almost instantly, and I knew right from the jump, like I'm not a mixer. I've never done anything with this level of complication and all these different harmonies and all of that. And so I knew like I have to do this just so I can dive into learning how to mix. And I learned a ridiculous amount, but I also spend a lot of time on it. But yeah, overall, like this last round has made me so much better of a performer than I was starting out. So that was very, very cool as well. Some rounds I'm not as big a fan of. This is going to sound bad. Like the group round didn't swing great for myself and Emma. Not that Emma can complain, lucky finalist. No, just kidding. But the round itself was like stressful because we had the member that wasn't able to participate. And it's not, I'm in no way blame him. He had a lot of tough life stuff going on, tough technology stuff going on. Very, very difficult. But we continued to try and accommodate the best we could, and it became clear he just wasn't going to be able to do it. But as a result, like we hadn't settled on a song until a couple days before, and just the whole thing then became very rushed. So that was really tough, and it wasn't even that like we had the hardest experience putting it together because Emma's carried my butt through that round so hard. Go back and listen to it. and listen to who's doing the harmonies 90% of the song. It ain't me. It's Emma. So it's not even like it was tough and I didn't have a good experience. It's just there was all this magic in previous contestants' testimonials. It was like Group Brown is amazing, and hearing about all the other groups and how well they're getting along and how things are just clicking. And I just felt like I was robbed of this like magical experience. So that was a bit of a bummer. But overall, not too unhappy with the way it turned out. On to some sort of criticisms, maybe not criticisms, some things about the show itself that I think I struggled with. Cut. Boop. I know you may be thinking, I'm recording this the day after I was eliminated, so like, boy, this is sour grape stuff. It's really not. This is just stuff I genuinely feel could make the show better for future contestants. So first of all, I want to talk about feedback. Feedback seemed like it was pretty challenging this season. Early on, so many contestants, and I was often like floating in the middle, high middle. I'm doing this with my hand. You can't see it. Look at this. Look at me on the monitor. Woo! All right. So I was like high middle. So I didn't even get much for feedback. Very, very little. And there's like, okay, well, if I move forward, I have more opportunities for that further on. Then as we got further on, I would get a lot of feedback that was like, hey, for example, Petri would say, hey, you're singing from your throat or from your nose or from your mask. I still don't really know what that is, which is, I'm not saying it's not valid feedback or valid criticism. I'm saying if you're not a trained singer, you have no idea how to correct that. It's not usable feedback, right? For me, those all amount to the same thing, which is, hey, you sing wrong, which is a little bit tough. I would love to have gotten some more feedback that was like, hey, here's how you can focus on your breath or focus on, where the sound is moving from and things that you can do to kind of improve that. Mark, too, gave me feedback in the last couple of rounds that was like, it's good, it's just missing something, which I'm sure I don't have to tell Mark. Like, that is not feedback that helps me moving forward. So it's pretty tough, right? I don't know that I got a lot of feedback directly from the judges that I could take back and use in future entries to improve and get better. So just something to think about. Cut. And quick note, as long as I'm thinking of it, if I didn't know other people in the show, I would have had no idea that my audition even aired. None. Like, if you could just mass email people who audition and be like, hey, your audition's going to be on the show, or hey, we listened to it, you're in, for that first round, that would be pretty choice. Just a thought. So yeah, those are kind of some things that I would think about moving forward with the show. But again, overall, super good, positive experience. Would I do it again? I don't know. Right? I can't commit my time. I spent like 50 hours on that last song. Like, it was. My wife was like 3 a.m. Like, what are you doing? Working on this thing. So, I don't know if I'd be able to do that again. I mean, if someone asked me, if someone was like, Nathan, wink, wink, come back for an all-star round, I could probably be convinced. But yeah, hopefully I'll have more to show at that time because I'm going to keep working, keep building it. I'll have to design I don't have a YouTube or I'll have to find a platform where I can continue to like put stuff out there because the show convinced me that I'm good enough that people want to hear me, which is cool. So generally, super cool. Love it. Good luck to everybody still in it. Congratulations to anybody who competed at any level. And it's just, I'm so thankful to have been a part of it and to have you have sat through this like 15, 20-minute diatribe. I'll put it in a manifesto. No, I won't do that. I went Jack Black for the manifesto. No. All right. So cool. Cool. Yeah. Bye.